So let Ben and I show our appreciation for you being here tonight, the YouTubers and the podcast phenoms. And last but not least, reliable HVACR Adrian Garcia.
Alright guys, hola, bienvenidos, welcome and welcome back. If you're new to the channel, please take a quick second, go subscribe, make sure you have notifications on and all that, and I appreciate you guys for watching. Now, I just got back from the HVAC Tactical Awards Show and AHR Expo. So we got our badge for both. We went out there for the 2023 HVAC Tactical Awards Show and the Atlanta AHR Expo, which in general, the main reason I'm doing this video is because I was asked about it a couple times, and you know, people still don't know about it. I personally only found out about it 2 years ago, so just gonna give you guys a quick overview, a quick look at it, kind of just spread the word a little bit. And if you guys are interested, you can go next year. They are both annual events. This is only the third award show. The first one was virtual, and they just handed out awards online. Last year they started it in person. This year was the third year. The expo has been going on for a very long time, and not a lot of people know about it, but it's an awesome place to go look at all the brand new tools. Anybody who is out there product-wise, manufacturers, new tools, new products, they get showcased there before anything. Like the Veto stuff, I'll show you a couple of things that they were coming out with. Refrigeration Technologies has a new blanket, flame blanket coming out. Like there's a bunch of stuff. Klein showed off some new pack out type of deal that they're doing now too. So it's cool to see all that stuff. I think when you go, since I've already been there a couple of years, I think when I go, I like to see what's new, because it's very overwhelming, but it's a lot of the same stuff, right? If you've seen it once, you've seen it, you know, enough times, and you really go for the new products, and they like to unveil a lot of stuff because it's such a big event, you know, such a big expo, and that's where all of the HVAC people, at least that know about it and are in this online community, you know, you'll see all the YouTubers there. You'll see all the Instagram people there. This year I saw a lot of TikTok people there. So anybody who's, you know, really in the community, you'll see there. So that's another bonus. If you want to see, you know, Chris Stevens, Craig from AC Service Tech, Brian Orr from the HVAC School channel, they're all there. So you want to take some pictures, they're all open to shop talk. You know, you can talk to them about anything there, or just talk about whatever. You know, it's cool to be there. So as far as the award show, it's not about ego. It's not about you know, playing into that kind of stuff. And if you caught my live stream, I actually had Ben Pohl on there right before we went out to Atlanta. So we talked about it there, what it's all about. It's about bringing awareness to the trades. I think it does a great job, and it's about, you know, getting the younger generation into it and then rewarding those that are already in it. So the more we talk about it, the more we can tell people, because like the biggest thing is when I was younger, we didn't have the option, or we weren't told of the option to get into trades. Nobody, unless you had a family member or, you know, your dad was doing it or something like that, that's not really talked about in schools and stuff like that. Like everybody is like, oh, I'm going to be a doctor, a nurse, firefighter, which is all great. Not talking down about any of that. And then everybody's backup plan is always to do business, right? You get into business degrees and this and that, and then a lot of times now you hear that they can't use those degrees anywhere. So it's not all about that. There's all this side of the trade world where you can be an electrician, a plumber, an HVAC tech, anything that you work with your hands, and you need to have knowledge, because all this stuff takes knowledge. Not anybody can be an HVAC tech. Not anybody can be an electrician. You have to study the craft. You have to get better at it and master your craft, right? That's what the tactical brand is all about. I believe the shirt I'm wearing right now that says master your craft. You know, it's all about that. So this is cool to make trades, you know, hip, talked about, and then rewarding, because we don't get appreciated, I think, as far as, you know, how many companies do things for their employees, their techs, and I do appreciate the ones that do. Angel is a great example. If you've seen him on my live stream, he owns a business up in California, so he treats his employees really well. You know, he rewards them with stuff, he gives them food, and just makes it a great environment. And that's what it's all about. So what Ben Poole and Lance Robinson are doing is trying to take that, you know, to the next level and across everywhere, because you have people from Canada, from all these other countries, and we all meet up at this AHR Expo, and the night before is the Tactical Awards show. And they gave out so many awards this year, and I can't even get into them. You know, for example, there's Picture Perfect Install. You know, the guys that do really clean work on their installs, have all their line sets nice and straight. There's a hidden gem award, you know, for somebody who maybe only has 100 followers or is not big on social media, but they do outstanding work. They put them in that light and they get shown to a wider audience. There's like Influencer of the Year, there's Best Content, which Tito, I appreciate the shout out, you talking about that on your social media. And there are so many awards that they gave out, especially for women in the trade and stuff like that. Like, it's just great to get recognized. So speaking of that, you know, they worked on this magazine here. So this is the first magazine that he's done. He called it a catalog when he talked to me about it. It's basically like a bunch of advertising as you would see in a magazine. There's some tips, little stories. I haven't read through all of it yet, so when I get a chance, I'll go through it. But I was fortunate enough to be a part of it this year. You know, it's the first magazine they've done. I was super honored to be in it. I'm wearing the same shirt right now. So I didn't even know it was gonna be a whole page. So I got my own little page there, cool little souvenir. I got my own, you know, magazine with that in there. And then I'll show the clip right now. It's the, what they did is they shouted out or recognized all of the people that are online putting in this extra work as far as YouTube, podcasting, and just, you know, social media in general. There's a lot of TikTok people, a lot of Instagrammers, and, you know, when they post, I mean, myself included, we're trying to either make it cool, right? Take awesome pictures, you know, get that eye-catching, you know, photo, get that on there, on like on Instagram and stuff. Make it fun, which is like, especially the guys on TikTok, you know, all those funny memes and stuff that they do with their videos. That's cool. I have a few that I really enjoy watching on there. And then, you know, tips and tricks and how to do this, how to use this, tool reviews, stuff like that. So I'll show the clip right now. It was an outstanding list with the likes of like Chris Stevens, Craig from AC Service Tech, the HVAC Jerks podcast, and I got the last shout out. So I'll show that right now so you can see who was there.
Coming from filming in their basements, in their garages, and sound studios across North America. Without them, we would all be in the dark half the time. So let Ben and I show our appreciation for you being here tonight, the YouTubers and the podcast phenoms. Wait, let's get to it. We are grateful for your support of this movement and for furthering the cause to raise the bar in this industry. Please hold your applause to the end And what I'll ask you to do is please stand as I call your name so that everyone can see you, and everyone at home on the live right now can see who you are. Once again, let's start out first and foremost with the HVAC jerks, Rich and Kevin, and their producer, John, please. Service Business Mastery, Tersh and Josh. HVAC Uncensored, Gil Cavey. True Tech Tools Podcast, Bill Smone. AC Service Tech on YouTube, Craig Migliaccio. HVACR Videos, Chris Stevens, and Advanced Refrigeration Podcast, Brett Wetzel. Tool Pros and Tool Wife, Brent and Kathleen Ridley. Refrigeration Mentor, Trevor Matthews. HVAC R&D, Ryden and Dennis. Rival Digital Podcast, Eric Thomas. HVAC Reefer Guy Podcast, Mike Mayberry. Make Trades Great Again Podcast, Eric Ani. Commercial Kitchen Chronicles, Pat Finley. On Purpose Media, Evan Hoffman. And last but not least, Reliable HVACR, Adrian Garcia. Listen, look around. We have a lot of support out there. Everyone give them a hand. And if I didn't call your name and you're here, I apologize greatly, but we appreciate you. Thank you, guys. Thank you. Grab a seat. Thank you so much. Now, we appreciate everything that you do and keeping us all in the light, making sure that the right light is cast on the HVAC industry, and of course, raising the bar as we are often excited to see you do. Now, I'm going to step down and I'm going to turn the time over to a few of our sponsors.
So that was amazing. I didn't even know about that. And I almost missed it for the second year. I didn't make it last year, but from what I heard, it was a lot better and bigger this year. So I'll put up a couple of pictures. You know, the admission was like $60 this year versus $40 last year, just so you have a general idea. They had a lot more sponsors this year. A lot of people are gaining a lot of traction with it. They're getting a lot of interest from around the HVAC industry for doing this, and they did it with the, you know, utmost professionalism, class, and all that. So the $60 is honestly nothing. You get this backpack, which I'll show at the end of the video. It's packed with stuff in there, hats, tools. You know, the sponsors that they have, they might give out one of their products here and there, and pens and stuff. You know, so that you get this whole backpack, this tactical backpack with all of that stuff in there. You also get your dinner paid for. Before the dinner, there was a bar area, so you do get a drink and you can mingle while they're getting the dinner ready. So you can mingle, network. I talked to a lot of great guys in that bar, get together right before the dinner. I took a couple of pictures there. You know, it was a little dim, a little hard to do that, but nonetheless, it was awesome. I ran into so many cool people there. And then they had a red carpet too, where you could take photos. You know, once they send me those, I'll post those. And they made it really fun. They even had somebody interviewing. HVAC Ash over on Instagram was interviewing anybody who wanted to be interviewed. You know, they don't leave anybody out. You just go up there, you can talk your talk, promote yourself, any of that. I chose not to. I don't like doing that kind of stuff, but they had the red carpet interviews, and then you can go drink and mingle, network, all that stuff. And then the award show, you get into the ballroom area, I'm not sure what it's called, and you sit down and they already have dinner for you. So they had a bar in that area too. They had a meal for you, which I'm not sure what it was. A lot of us are blue collar. We don't eat fancy stuff like that, so a lot of us were confused, but it was good. You know, we had that played, we had dessert, and you got to network again while you're at the table with people that you might not have met before or seen. And then they had the award show going on, 3 nice screens right there for everything. They had great graphics, awesome little video packages. The stuff was top notch, and they gave out so many awards, and then they take home a little award. You know, when you win one, you take one home. That was all fun. Great meeting everybody at the awards show the night before. Shout out to everybody who won. Like I said, there was a whole bunch of awards that were given out, so I can't name everybody, but everybody well deserved. And then the next day we spent the day at the AHR Expo, which I'll show right now. I did get the opportunity to speak at Parker Sporlan. Unfortunately, we had technical difficulties. I was the first one up. I chose the morning time, and they didn't figure it out till after us. But we still recorded with Chris Stevens and Rick from HVACR Survival, which I'll post that up right now. And then I got to walk the floor, and then I mostly networked. I didn't record a whole lot. Now I'll point to another video, or I'll leave the videos in the description, to other guys that did record and got some great footage and content. So if you guys want to see more, I'll include those in the description. All right, so that was really cool, you know, being able to be on that Parker Sporlan booth with some great YouTubers in the HVAC community, and then talking to some of the guys there, because I do have a video coming out very soon on some press fittings and tools that I've tried. Parker Sporlan got wind of that. We'll see if they let me put theirs up against one that I'm using, the RLS. Maybe we'll have a video of a head-to-head there. We'll see. And then up next, I'm going to show you the booth parts. Now, like I said, I'll refer you to somebody who did something better with this, because I mostly was in the moment, you know, talking, and I'm working with Veto now, so I really wanted to talk to them. I had a great opportunity to talk to Roger, who started this whole thing with Veto, and then Lee, Ian, you know, all those guys that I work with now. I get to talk to them and see what's coming up. So I'm going to show you the line that they have coming up, which is super exciting, and some stuff that you guys were asking for. All right, so first off, we have the MB5B, which is going to be one that I'm most excited for. If you open it opens up like their Tech Pack backpacks. You know, it opens up all the way down. You have all this tool storage. All of this is V-swap, and those little pouches, the zipper pouches, are going to be included, and they're magnetic. This is the everyday carry backpack. That I actually do have. This is the MB4B. This is going to be like their MB products, where it's just open on the top, but they added a wide mouth, and then like the MB3B, it has that slide out. So very much like the MB3, but the backpack, they're both backpacks. Well, these are all backpacks. Those are the ones that I'm excited for, the little backpacks that you guys have been asking for. Now here we have these little hard shell pouches are really interesting. I mean, I could see myself using these for a lot of different things. And they're gonna have V-swap panels like this one. You can customize it however you want and change those out for something else. And they're all gonna have belt clips, and I believe this one has like a belt loop. And then we have lunch boxes. It's really cool. I mean, you might joke about, you know, probably cost too much to versus whatever you have in the lunch box, but 2 different lunch boxes. They're very similar to one that I use on that bigger one, and it's going to be made by Veto. It's going to have tons of pouches and tons of cool stuff, like the magnetic flap, right? So you don't have to worry about zippering all the way around. You just pop it up and close. It seals really well. And then trays everywhere. So from what I've seen, like I said, I'll refer you to somebody else in the description for whoever has a better video, but you could take it apart, and I believe it comes apart really well. And here we have the TP XXL Blackout. This one is the one that I'm most excited for, and I actually will show you something in a minute. I was very against the original version of this because I thought it was too big. It wasn't going to work out. But they have, and then they have the high-vis versions too. They have V-swap panels now. So technically, I'm not allowed to post anything about it yet, but they have but since, you know, they showed it off at AHR Expo, I feel like it's free game in this video. They have the double XL. I've already done different variations just because I feel like I don't need a certain panel, and I take it out and I get more room in the bag. So that one is the one I'm most excited for. The meter pouches on either end are really great. So my personal recommendation is the TP Double XL Blackout Edition with the V-swap panels. It should be available in the spring, and then most of this should be available by then. If not, like the lunch boxes I heard were like a summer release. But we'll see. All of this is just, you know, so they can show some of the new products they have coming out. And I think the mini backpacks are great. The double XL is going to be my favorite from here on out. And I'm probably going to grab one of those lunch boxes. And then, like I said, they have that everyday carry backpack. It's super cool. They wanted me to try it out as the carry-on. That went very well, actually. Super comfortable. So a lot of great products from Veto coming out. And then the whole AHR Expo, like I said, there's new products, but a lot of the stuff we did see last year, unless somebody's coming out with something new this year, that's where they're going to showcase it firsthand, whether it's a prototype or an early version of it. Because like I said, a lot of the Veto stuff is not out yet, but they had it there ready to show off. And they're going to explain it to you top to bottom, front to back, every little detail that went into it. So that's really cool, hearing from the people that actually made it or designed it, telling you how it works and what you can do with it. So really cool stuff. The AHR Expo is also a great little area where just everybody meets. So if you're like me and you have you don't really have anybody to talk shop with too much, it's really good to have these communities online where you can go talk to your Instagram friends, YouTube friends, whatever it is, you know, that you follow or watch, and they do HVAC stuff on the other side of the country, and you can talk about, you know, different things about work. I think that's really cool. And then here at the expo, you're seeing all these people in real life, in person, and I got to talk with, you know, like I said, Chris, Craig, Rick, some guys from TikTok, some guys from Instagram, you know, some of the manufacturers that I've worked with, including Veto, RLS, Parker Sporlin, Field Piece, you know, they're all there. And then you get to talk to them, and, you know, it's really cool. So I also got to see Angel from HVAC Boss, and the thing I was going to mention is they have a lot of competitions. You can actually win a lot of things there. Now they're going to be giving out cups, pens, lanyards, shirts, things like that. Of course, in limited quantities, so, you know, it's good to get there early, walk around, explore, and try to have a game plan of what booths you want to visit first, and then kind of fill it out, because it's very overwhelming. There's a lot to do. That's why it's 3 days long. So Angel, I caught him doing a competition. One of his guys started, and then of course Angel had to get in there and, I guess, you know, show him how it's done. So I'll post that right now. But there's a lot of fun things to do there. You have competitions, contests, drawings. You get to do raffles, and a lot of the times when you visit these major booths that do a lot of this stuff, all you have to do is just sign a card with your name on it, and then they're going to raffle it, or they're going to spin a wheel, they're going to do something. And some of them have hands-on, like who can do a mini split the fastest, who can do some sheet metal here and there. Like they have a lot of stuff. They had a press competition too, but they chose guys for that. But it's all fun, even if you just get to watch it. It's a very cool experience. So I'll show you that right now. I'll show you the one that Angel did, and then they even had like darts and different things. So very fun overall.
Mike is an installer. He's got a lot of confidence. He's ready to go. Mike, when you're ready, press the green button, and you are ready to go. 3, 2, 1.
Ah, fuck. No pressure. Get out of Mike.
Coming down to the wire. I think you got 17 seconds for the last 3. It's gonna be tight. Remember, press the yellow button when you're done to test it. I'm gonna be very impressed if that passes the test. That's on Yee's fault. Oh no. Oh, he still passed. He still passed, ladies and gentlemen. Wow. What an upset. Wow. Give it 30 Mike. What's going on? Let's make sure your torque wrenches are ready. Press that green button when you're ready to start, Angel, and we'll get rolling. There you go. That's smart. Look at that. Look at that. All right. We're ready to go. 3, 2, 1. And he's already done. Look at that. Press the yellow button. Yellow button. Boom. Does he pass with a time of 2 minutes and 12 seconds? He does. Everybody give it up for Angel here for setting the all-time. Ladies and gentlemen, I've just been reported from our official air.
All right, so like I said, you get the backpack included in those $60. Like I said, last year was 40, this year was 60, but a much bigger event. You also get a shirt. So even though I didn't make it last year, I still got the 2022 shirt with, you know, their sponsors here on the back. And what I'm going to show you in a minute is, you know, there's a good amount there, a lot of major names that you'll recognize. Here's the 2023 version. It's just a little shirt to, you know, that you were there. But they have a whole lot more sponsors this year, and they're already talking about more for next year. So it's a thing that's growing. So like I said, I just want to make sure that you guys are aware of what goes on here. This is the bag that you get. Nice little tactical bag. I already have one from last year. Now I get a black one. They had different colors this year. So, I mean, I'm not going to go over it too much, but you got storage all over the place. Now what they do is they fill it out for you and you can take it with you. So as far as what came with it, it's going to be all this stuff. So they do work with Amrad Global, the source, you know, they gave out capacitors. Blue one gave out a nice bucket hat. Got some beanies from RLS. Actually, this one I picked up on the floor, but Webstone beanies there. Get some koozies, you know, just, you know, they try to fill out the bag. These are picked up on the floor, lanyards. Trade Fox socks came with it. Nice little RLS. I think that's a keychain right there with one of their couplings. This one is a Mega Pro, right? Yeah, Mega Pro screwdriver. Kind of cool to have. I'm going to have it probably at my desk. Let's see. AC Easy T. It's a drain service port system, so we'll have to check that out. You can hook up your nitrogen to it, I guess. Compressed gas and vacuum. Cool little keychain from Diverse Tech. And a Webstone fitting here. Company cam little, I think it's like a card holder. Little pocket knife, multi-tool thing. That's cool. And then I got this at the Parker booth. Nice little tumbler. So yeah, they fill that out for you. And you get the bag. All that, the dinner, the drinks. All included in your 60 bucks. So that's really cool. And I forgot to mention that all these hats came in the backpack too. And companies like Rigid and RLS, Parker Sporland, they all do nightly events where you can go and network again. If you want to hang out, have drinks, have food, they all usually pay for some night out on them. So like I said, they'll have a dinner somewhere, they'll have a party somewhere, so you can do the expo in the morning and afternoon and then go out at night with all these HVAC guys and companies and network some more. So that's how that works. So yeah, like I said, I really appreciate what they're doing. I really enjoy walking the AHR Expo, seeing a lot of this stuff, and it's really fun. If anything, you know, just to run into people that you watch on YouTube, Instagram, TikTok, whatever it may be, and just talk shop, talk about whatever you guys are up to, things like that, network, meet some people that might benefit you, all that cool stuff while watching like new products and enjoying yourself. Like I said, you got a lot of freebies, you get to see a lot of cool stuff, so very cool. I didn't want to film too much with it. I wasn't part of the press. If you guys are interested in stuff like that, if you guys want to see some of the products and maybe interview some people, next time I would probably have to apply for a press pass and do stuff like that, because you get in an hour early and stuff like that if you're important enough, you know. So maybe we could do that. But hope you guys enjoyed the video. Just want to bring awareness to the award show, the expo, and encourage you guys, if it's near you or if you can make the trip, it alternates between Vegas, Atlanta, Orlando, and Chicago every few years. So the next one's going to be in Chicago. It alternates, and if it's close to you, if you can make it, I highly encourage it. If anything, just to make new friends, connections, and just, you know, have fun and get away from work. Be around HVAC, but you're getting away from work. So like I said, I hope you guys enjoyed the video. Make sure you're subscribed, drop a like, leave a comment, all that good stuff. And I will see you guys if you made it this far. Let me show you something real quick. All right, so technically I cannot post, so hopefully nobody from Veto catches wind of this, but double XL everyday carry backpack. I just felt like, since everybody's posting about it, I want to make sure you guys know that I do have videos coming out soon for those. I had to sign an NDA and all that, so I cannot technically post until they're approved, or until they're okay with me posting them. But yeah, that's going to be highly recommended. So like I always say, wait for spring for different things, because all the new stuff comes out then. That double XL I've been in love with. Does really well to hold everything. Love that little metal panel that's on there. And then the backpack has been super comfortable. So much can go in there, and that's great too. So watch out for that. As soon as they're available, I think that's when I can post those videos.